Hey guys, what's up? It's Colton, Lindsay with the WGR Academy. Thanks for being here. I'm excited to present to you guys the Prospecting Mastery. And first of all, before we get too far into this, I just want to say thank you for being here. I understand that there's other places you can be right now in your life, in your business, other trainings you could be watching, or other things you could be doing. So I appreciate you being here, and congratulations for taking the step to move forward in your business. Real quick, I want to give you a quick background, just so you know me if you haven't ever watched any of my online stuff before. I grew up in the real estate world. I say grew up in the real estate world because I've been in the business 13 years now. When I first got in the business, first 10 months, I struck out, sold 2 homes, and I didn't know what I needed to do in order to get more business. So let me ask you this, how many of you watching this, or how about you I'm talking to you directly, how would you like to be able to increase your income 2, 3, 4 times? How would you like to know exactly how to get more customers? How would that help your business, right? Well, these first 10 months of my business, I didn't have any customers. I didn't know where to get them. Then I met a mentor of mine, Bob Leffler, from a company called Fearless Agent. You can check it out, fearlessagent.com. I love everything that they're doing today, and I actually am one of the partners in that company. However, what I learned from him in 2006 was how to go generate business. So what if you had a step-by-step method in order to get customers? Would you use it? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to teach you inside of the Prospecting Mastery. What I learned from that time forward is that I had to do the activities that allowed customers to meet with me so I could give them a presentation. That was the first step. And then moving forward in 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, go up to 2012, I got to the point where I was making $400,000 working only 4.5 days a week. How would you like to be able to have a lifestyle like that? Making $400K, working 4.5 days a week. Well, it was an amazing journey into where I've grown to where I'm at today. To be able to build a real estate business where I'm in the business maybe 15 hours a week, and we did $750,000 in revenue in 2017 and growing. Okay? But one thing I've learned over my successful career is that it starts with prospecting. It starts with generating the customers. And we're going to go in deep to understand the difference between sales and marketing, because there's a lot of realtors today getting confused on what sales actually is versus marketing. And they're both important. Okay? What's really cool about my journey is you could go to YouTube, clear back into 2011 or so, when I put my first video up, when I was a punk kid. I had long, scraggly hair, I looked like an emo, and you can see that I am not making this stuff up because my entire journey has been documented through the grace of social media today. Now, I will do a full disclosure. When I put my first videos up, it was not to be able to create training programs later on in my career. In fact, I'd never even had that idea until 2014, after I'd been doing social media for about 3 years. What my plan is that I would record myself doing live prospecting calls and put them on YouTube so that my buyers and sellers would see, hey, this guy is a hustler. He goes to work. He does what it takes. However, what happened over the next several years was amazing. People just like you started reaching out to me more and more saying, hey Colton, how the heck do you do that? How are you able to get on the phone, have these conversations, set appointments with people so they become your customers? Well, now we have the chance to dive in deep and see actually the step-by-step method and what I've been able to discover over the last 13 years of my real estate career. So stick with me, guys. I'm excited. Let me share with you what we're going to be able to do in this program. So first of all, we're going to review real estate and exactly why it means it's so simple. Why is the real estate business, traditional real estate sales for realtors, so simple? Next, we're going to talk about sources and scripts so you understand what are my prospecting sources and what are the words that I'm going to say to them. How would that help you out to know exactly where to go get customers and what to say to them to actually get them to meet with you? How would that help you grow your income? Next, we're going to talk about the different lead types. What actually is a lead, so we can identify if they're a prospect, if they're a lead, if they're a hot lead, if they're a long-term lead, which is a people farm. We're going to go in depth with that so you understand when and where and how to do the follow-up. What I've learned over 13 years is that 70% of my appointments actually come from an amazing follow-up system. The challenge is what is follow-up? And most realtors today, and maybe even you included, think that follow-up has to do with the immediate lead. And yes, that is a big part of it, but an even bigger part of it is how do we follow up that person that's not moving for 6 months, 12 months, maybe even 4 years. Let me give you an example. I had actually picked up a lead from cold calling in 2013, right? And nothing ever happened from that person, but I put them into my follow-up system that I'm going to teach you how to create one in this program. And then in 2017, guess what? He purchased a $630,000 house with me. And it took a little bit of time through follow-up calls and postcards and emails and social media, but it was an automated plan that didn't take me a lot of time and energy. It just took commitment to my schedule every single day. And that transaction made me nearly $20,000. How would you like to be able to create a follow-up plan that creates that for you? And plus, here in just a couple months, putting his home up on the market for another $450,000 for one of his other houses that he moved from to buy this new one. So that's what I want you to be able to learn how to do. I mean, that one type of piece of follow-up will make me close to $35,000, $32,000, somewhere around there. So what if you could generate a plan that over the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years and further on, continue to build on itself and continue to increase your income? Would that be cool or cool? Next, we're going to talk about the mindset, because what's going on in here, the thoughts that are firing off in your mind are either keeping you from getting into action or allowing you to step up and crush it with your prospecting. How often do you feel a little afraid or doubt or worry or anxious or frustrated or irritated or maybe even angry with the whole process of getting leads or getting opportunities, or maybe not actually getting those customers, the opportunity to step up to the bat? Okay. Next is we're going to understand prospecting. What is the entire flow of it, so you get why you're doing what you're doing? Would that be helpful for you? And then finally, we're going to go over some tools and some providers of information that are going to be really key in the development of building your prospecting plan and becoming a prospecting master. Okay. Now I want to just share one more story before we really hop into it. Okay. Now, there's a particular realtor in my market that I will admit he is way better at the listing presentation than me, right? Now, a listing presentation is something you've got to get great at. I recommend you go to fearlessagent.com. That's where you can learn the listing presentation, the buyer presentation, the pricing presentation, the for sale by owner presentation, and even an investor presentation, so that when you actually get to meet with the customer, you can get them to sign a contract. Would that be valuable for you? Well, go to fearlessagent.com and check that out. However, back to my story, is one of the interesting things about this is I've always been able to take more listings than this particular realtor. However, when we meet and we go to compete, he usually outlists me. Sometimes I outlist him, but usually he gets the customer. But what's interesting is the number of listings I take compared to him is dramatically more. And what I realized was because I got more chances to step up to the plate and swing away. Now, just because I got to the plate doesn't mean I always hit a home run, but it's the base hits that win baseball games. So what I learned is because I became a master at prospecting, I got more at-bats. And as I got more at-bats, I tend to hit more base hits. I tend to get on base way more often. And those base hits, those are the things that cause runs to come in and to win the game. So moral of the story is, you don't have to just be amazing at the listing presentation to make money, because if you have no at-bats, if you have no presentations to go on, it doesn't matter how good you are. What matters is how often do you get to present? How often do you get to share your story and get in front of a client, a prospect, an individual that you can ask them to sign your contract? And that's what I'm going to teach you to do inside of the Prospecting Mastery program. Is I'm going to teach you exactly how to get up to bat more often so that you can get on base more often and you can score more often. Thanks for being here, guys. I look forward to going through this program with you. We'll talk to you soon.